Finally bringing out the Reapers from his storage center. Obviously, he had a ton saved up from before, and he is trying to kill off more SCVs. He did actually do a lot of damage. As you guys can see, PainUser now has dropped down to 13 harvesters, apparently losing a ton of his harvesters in the main. My overlords here kind of going in God knows where, to death, to fly to death, kamikaze blimps, and the Mutalisk as well. But it looks like right now the game might actually, you guys can kind of consider it relatively even, because both PsyonicReaver and PainUser have taken huge hits to their economy. So right now the game is basically HD versus Sinatra, and we are continuing to try to kill off Psionic, because wow, I've got actually a lot of units, I didn't realize that. But if we can kill off PsyonicReaver right now, we're really going to secure a huge advantage for ourselves. And right now it's all going to come down to myself, because PainUser is desperately trying to get back in this game. He lost a lot of SCVs, he doesn't have any forces on the ground, and so it's going to come down to whether or not my Mutalisk can penetrate Psionic, but he's just got so many missile turrets, I don't think it's going to happen. Meanwhile, down to the south, my Mutalisk encounter heavy marine resistance. Sinatra really doing the tech switch into Mass Marine, Mass Marauder. Wise choice to deal with these mutas. And at this point in the game, it's looking kind of bleak for Team HD plus Pain HD, as we're really allowing the enemy players, the enemy Terran players, to start securing some map control, and that's not good. We're gonna have to hold right here at this watchtower, and the question is, can we do it? Sinatra actually poking off a lot of my overlords, killing them right there. That is not cool at all. Why would you kill off those overlords? They don't even have weapons. That's like shooting a girl. But here we go, a massive ball of Terran gonna be working their way towards our encampment right here at this Xel'Naga watchtower. Can the Mutalisk and the siege tanks, are they gonna be able to hold it off? It looks like we are, and my Mutalisk obviously gonna try to kill off that siege tank right there. So we do hold off the ground position right here at the center between our two bases. That is absolutely huge, and you guys can see that I am doing a tech switch into Roaches. Also getting Glio Reconstitution. Roach is obviously a very nice unit to have right now against the whatever Terran units come out, really, for Sinatra and Psionic. And Psionic looks like he's getting a little desperate here, gonna float all the way down to the island. He's like, screw it, man, I'm not even gonna try to capture this natural because it has been attacked like 3 or 4 times in a row. But here we go, we're just gonna roll on through anyways. That's a lot of tanks for PainUser, and I've got some air support, some ground support. And are we, for the 4th time today, gonna be able to bust through into Psionic's base? He's been able to hold off with help from his teammate thus far, but it's looking pretty bleak for Psionic and Sinatra this time around, as we've actually got a pretty massive force here. Let's see how this is gonna work out for ourselves, as we are not going to push in. Actually, we're gonna fall back because there's actually Sinatra's actually making a counterattack with this Marauder Thor force. So this is another way you can defend your teammate, is by trying to counterattack and force our forces to fall back. So that's what happened right there. But Sinatra is gonna find that his forces are gonna get surrounded by all of these roaches. He was not expecting the roach tech switch, and so all of his forces are gonna fall to the Roach Marauder combination. And now his teammate Psionic very much exposed. And so we can pretty much, I think we're just going to waltz in there and take out PsyonicReaver. So I think right here is when we're going to push in, but I might be mistaken. This was such a long time ago, guys. This game is really, I mean, this is when beta, right before it went down. So trying to recall from my memory. But it looks like I'm not going to push in. I'm going to take out these rocks, try to secure a gold expansion for myself before we push in. Of course, this is the safe and standard way to play. Grab your expansions when you know you're ahead, and just continue to out macro your opponents. And let's take a look at PainUser. I mean, he's doing quite well for himself. He's obviously finally been able to deal with the Reapers and macro up for himself a decently large army. We've got 2 barracks, 2 factories up as well, and here we go. We've got a very large army at the center of the map. What is up with Psionic's APM? It's at like 0 right now. Did he like disconnect or something, or does he really have nothing to do? I think we are gonna push in right here, and here we roll in. PainUser going in first because I'm a girly girl and I don't want to take too much damage, and so now I'm gonna move in and attack Psionic's forces, and I'm gonna try to, I think right here is when we actually pretty much take out Psionic's army and just steamroll through his base. And so at this point, some of you guys might be wondering, why the heck did I choose to cast this game? Well, it's because it's a 2v2 and I don't cast too many 2v2s. I thought this was gonna be pretty fun. And it was. So here we go, a lot of roaches down to the south attacking Psionic's buildings. He's gonna find that his entire base is gonna get demolished. But meanwhile, what is Sinatra doing? He's actually unloaded a ton of infantry into PainUser's base, forcing PainUser to actually lift off. Whoa, Sinatra here this entire time has actually been macroing quite well. He's actually got a pretty large army, so he has exterminated PainUser as we've exterminated Psionic, so eye for an eye here. But there is still a natural expansion still running strong for PainUser right here. Sinatra gonna unload his Marauders and try to take out these siege tanks, but it is not going to happen, not with all those SCVs and siege tanks. That right there is failure for Sinatra. And so it's gonna come down to my roaches going down to the south to attack this Terran main base, and I am gonna, oh, I do have burrow, cool. So I'm gonna actually burrow and unburrow right underneath Sinatra's forces. This is gonna be really, really bad actually. Scan goes down, unburrow right into the forces of the Terran, the blue Terran, and I'm gonna take him out no problem, as this game is quickly starting to dwindle down. And if you guys look on the map, Psionic's just kind of like floated over here, but I mean, come on, there's no minerals for you man. That's like, what are you doing over there? And of course, no offense to PsyonicReaver, he's a great guy. And I'm actually going to finally, am I going to end this game finally? Psionic's actually building up an airport over here, literally an airport on this island, but it doesn't really matter. PainUser and myself secured the entire map. We have 3 expansions each. We have the gold as well. At this point in the game, I've even transitioned into Hydralisks. And so at this point in the game, it's just going to come down to, are we going to steamroll Sinatra? Unless, of course, Sinatra has some kind of crazy trick up his sleeve, like 1 million nuclear warheads. I mean, like, is he like Russia or some kind of superpower? I don't think so. I think we're going to end this game, and we're just kind of bulking up our forces at this point. PainUser, I think at this point PainUser is saying, no dude, don't push in yet. Let's make sure we get a nice big army, and then we can roll in and take out Sinatra. Because obviously he didn't want to lose. I was like, man, whatever, let's just go. Let's just go. Psionic here being annoying with his Vikings, gonna come up to the, from his airport with his 4 F-15s or whatever you want to call them. Hey, how cool would that be if Vikings were actually called like F-15s or F-22 bombers or whatever? And I'm getting a little derailed here, but here we go. Myself and PainUser are gonna be rolling in here with a very massive Hydralisk, Marauder, and Siege Tank Metal Army. We're just gonna steamroll our way straight into the Terran main, and there is nothing that Sinatra is gonna be able to do about this one, no matter how many nuclear missiles he has, even if he did have any. This is like, seriously, Operation Mission Accomplished. If you were, yeah, this is GG. Sinatra GG, Psionic GG's, myself and PainUser GG, and so that was a nice little 2v2 victory. A little bit one-sided, but I thought it was a pretty cool game featuring yours truly, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that cast, and hopefully you guys look forward to more. So that'll be it for me, and HD, peace, signing out.